Howdy everyone! While I have your attention, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really lets me know that you enjoy what I do and you want to see more. And if you really enjoy what I do, maybe consider supporting me and donating with the link in the description below. But yeah, on to the video. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kindle, also known as Kindled Flame, and today I've got quite a different kind of video in store. So, without further ado, let's hop right in. If you couldn't tell from the title alone, today I'll be kicking off an informational series I've been considering making for a couple months now, talking all about what it means to be a voice actor and how you can become one too. Introducing Before You Press Record. Inventive title, I know. This is going to be a multi-part series going over the basics you'll need to know when it comes to joining the voiceover world, from putting together your first demo reel, to microphone selection, to finding auditions, to making everlasting connections, and of course, acting tips. I hope to share the knowledge I've gained so far on my VA journey to help assist future entertainers of all kinds. I must stress though, what I might say in any of these videos will mostly be based off personal experience with facts sprinkled in between, and I cannot ensure that everything I did will work for you. However, if anything, maybe you can take my advice and experiences to help propel yourself in the right direction. With that little disclaimer out the way, let's finally get to the good stuff. Ooh, whoa. So for those of you who clicked on this video with hopes of joining the VA world, whether for hobby or to someday become a pro, let me be, if not the first person to say, welcome. It's always such a joy getting to see new faces populate the online voiceover community. So I don't want to bombard anyone with all the boring facts just yet, so for the first episode of Before You Press Record, I thought it'd be fun to call upon some of my friends and colleagues to help aid me in talking about what it means to be a voice actor. Some of you might know them as they are all very talented members of their respective communities. I've worked with them time and time again, and I'm confident that what they have to say will help answer some of the jittery questions we all had at some point. And with that being said, let's hop right into this little Q&A I had them do.
Alright, first question. What does voice acting mean to you? I've always loved acting for as long as I can remember, honestly, and I did do theater and improv classes in middle school, but the art of voiceover specifically really grasps that understanding of acting through just the voice and kind of letting the voice take over the scene. As a voice actor, you really need to pretend to be that character and show how they're feeling. The audience can't see your face, but they can see the character's face. So as the voice actor, it's your job to give that character life, and I just find that really fun and cool to do.
Why do I voice act? The reason I voice act is to improve myself and also just to give life to characters. I've always been a fan of voice actors just being able to change on a whim. Like, accents and impressions are one of my favorite things ever. And, you know, being able to do that is just a great idea. That's one reason why right now I've signed up for voice classes and stuff, because learning to really change your voice is a great tool. Because, like, you know, I haven't learned a damn instrument in my life, but, you know, just taking choir and such like this really teaches me. But I mainly do voice acting to help people tell their stories, as I'm someone who eventually will need those kind of people at one point. Plus, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, who says no to fun?
Number 3. What's one thing you wish you knew when you started? I wish I knew that not getting a part, it's not that big of a deal. I used to beat myself up over not getting a part, being like, oh, I suck, I'm never gonna be a part of anything. But that's so not true. Because if you just keep trying, I promise you that one day it's gonna happen. Because that's a big part of it. Just trying out and trying out and trying out and then trying out again. And sometimes, even though you try and try and try, you still don't get a part. But then it's important to remember that you just gotta keep on trying.
Do you aspire to be like anyone? If so, who and why? As a kid, I really liked Richard Stephen Horvitz. My favorite role that he plays was Invader Zim. He played Zim, and I loved him because when you see him act, he is so excitable, so loud, and he just goes all out, and I really admire that kind of confidence he has and the childlikeness. Like I said before, I loved that. The other person I've really looked up to is Tara Strong, just because she's like the queen and the king of voiceover. Like, she's played so many different roles, male, female, animals, people. It's just insane. So I've always looked up to her. She's cool. But just voice actors in general, like I said, I just admire the kind of consistent, like, excitable attitude, and that's something I hope I never get rid of.
What do you hope people will learn from this video series? That people learn about the tech side. I'm a strong believer in that tech does not make the voice actor, but it is a very complicated thing to know. I'm still learning about tech, but if you could just get the basics, know what little things you could invest in, not pop filters, then you would give yourself a little bit of a better chance.
I hope you learn that it's okay to be yourself. It's okay, in fact, it's encouraged to have a wide range of voice types. The more range and flexibility you have, the better you can be, and the more you can market yourself.
The name
I just like to
Ferntail.
a little
We gotta be a wee reaper here, dead in the ditch. Right.
Isn't it cool to hear how people can want to do one thing for tons of different reasons? Voice acting is such an umbrella community filled with some of the most creative and talented people driven by all kinds of things. It'd be hard to narrow down exactly what it means to be a voice actor, and so I extend my question to you guys in the comment section below. Share what you think it means to be a VA. You might surprise yourself with how identical or different everyone's opinions might be. Personally, I think being a voice actor is all about wanting to dip your toes in new experiences, to allow yourself to explore your voice and remove the chains of reality so that you can be and become whatever you want to be. Jesus, I sound like a wet napkin. Well, that's gonna do it for the first episode of Before You Press Record. Once again, I want to thank all my friends who helped make... I want to thank all my friends who helped make this video possible, and I ask that everyone watching to consider following them, for they are all amazing. Depending on how well this video does will affect how quickly the next episode comes out, so please show it some love and share it with the masses. I would really appreciate it. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you're all having a lovely day. Cheers.